Good morning. After that experience, if you were in the 3D room and all of the mission control, this is by far second. So, but welcome to Framingham State University and to the kickoff of Massachusetts STEM Week 2025. STEM indeed starts now, and we are delighted to be joined by Senate President Karen Spilka, Secretary, we can clap, absolutely. Secretary Patrick Tutwiler, Commissioner Noe Ortega, Commissioner Amy Kershaw, Commissioner Pedro Martinez, and Mass Life Sciences Center President Kirk Taylor. When we think of STEM education, we invoke thoughts of beakers and scales, algorithms and formulas, or in early classrooms encouraging children to think about why some block towers stay upright and others fall over when a classmate comes running past their creation. And we also may think about how our students today will be able to learn to use particle accelerators and 3D, and if they choose to, and we wonder with amazement how it was that only 60 years ago that NASA engineers used slide rules as their tool of choice to build rockets and plan the mission that landed Apollo 11 on the moon. I understand that if this is true, that Neil Armstrong also had to use a pocket slide rule to calculate how he got from the lander onto the planet's surface itself. Envisioning the tools of STEM education is, I think, the easy part. What's important for us as educators, K-12 and higher ed alike, is to remember that the work of STEM education is that of meta-education as well. That is, that lessons about knowledge itself are infused in the work. For example, how to assess knowledge, how to identify its varieties, and how it is created. To know, for example, that evidence must be weighed, that empirical claims are distinct from moral claims, that logic matters, and that errors hide in assumptions. These and other meta lessons are some of the most critical STEM education work of all. And so it's essential that we acknowledge, as we're doing today, that learning about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics can begin at any age, and that all of our students can see themselves in STEM fields and pursue opportunities available in Massachusetts and beyond. Framingham State University, as you have heard, and we're proud of it, is the country's first public normal school, the first institution of higher ed to integrate a Challenger Learning Center on its campus, and one of the few Massachusetts universities with a planetarium. And it has dedication to STEM education for our students and all students built into its DNA. We are proud to celebrate STEM Week 2025 with the dedicated educators here and throughout the Commonwealth. I am very pleased now to introduce to you Senate President Karen Spilka.
Thank you, President Niemi. It's always a pleasure to be here, I have to say. I love coming to Framingham State. I believe it's a jewel of the Commonwealth, as well as Mass Bay, I have to say. But it's true. It's true. So it's great to be here again. I always love coming to Framingham State. And I have to say, this spot, McAuliffe Center and the planetarium, holds a special spot in my heart. I grew up in Yonkers, New York, which was one of the oldest, probably, planetariums, Hayden in Yonkers, right along the Hudson River. And that was over. I don't even think it's there anymore. I think they've moved to the Museum of Natural History in New York City. But that was always one of my favorite spots to go to as a kid, because it could take you away to all these amazing far off places, and your imagination could just really take off. So that was an incredible experience. And I have to say, this center has changed. I used to come here. My sons were among the 10 to 12,000 kids that come here every year. They would come here, my sons who are now in their 30s. So it's a very different Challenger Center. But they would come here and I would chaperone because I loved coming here as well. And to see the wonder in the students' eyes and hear their voices as they were doing the simulation back then, which is nothing like it is now. I mean, like it is now, it is really like putting the goggles on in so many of the areas in the virtual reality, or what I see on the video games of our kids, so much that you can enter into another universe. And to get kids excited about STEM, this is the industry that powers the Metro West economy and provides good paying jobs. And I would say it powers our whole economy in Massachusetts and probably across the country. This industry provides good paying jobs for families who live here. And that is not by accident. The success is the result of years of investment and years of making STEM a priority for Massachusetts. Weeks like this are a huge part of that effort. I'm glad we're encouraging students at every level. We need to start as early as possible. And we need to help them explore STEM and build the skills that will help them stay here, work here, and thrive here, whether it's in nursing, information technology, biotech, planning new Shoppers World sites, or anything. That was amazing to see there too. I can tell you the Senate is working closely with the administration and the House every single day to help open educational doors. And there have never been fewer barriers in getting the skills that you need to succeed in these areas. We have made record investments in college financial aid. So if you want to attend a great school like Framingham State or Mass Bay or any others, particularly our public higher education, you can do that. That's also why programs like the Skills Capital Grants are so important. The funding being delivered to Framingham State University today is a vote of confidence in all of the incredible students and staff who come here and to learn and work here and help lead our Massachusetts economy. And it's great to see. For aspiring nurses, this investment means more tools, more hands-on learning, more opportunities to recognize critical symptoms and provide excellent care once they're in the field. For science to see and to feel and experience what the centers allow students to get into, really immerse themselves. Really, it helps power the jobs and the avenues and the sectors that we so desperately need more workers in. It really helps with our workforce and our economy and our quality of life, I believe. The same time, that all the other institutions receiving funds today, it's great. They will power on and help their students and power our economy and our state at the same time. So I want to thank the staff and everybody from Framingham State. You surpass all expectations. Cesar, you did a great job. Keep it up. We need you. We need you. And thank the other staff that are here. Great experience. And I look forward to coming back and immersing myself even more in what's available here. So thank you. And it's my pleasure now to introduce Secretary Patrick Tutwiler.
Thank you, Madam President. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone feeling? Good. Me too. I want to start with thanks first to President Niemi for hosting us today. What an incredible experience we had in this space and across the hallway. Thank you to Irene for the wonderful tour. And thank you to current students and alum who shared their thinking and really oriented us to the wonderful spaces that you have here that really spark imagination and inspire. I mean, I can only imagine if I was 10 years old, how I would feel engaging in this space. Because I won't say the age, year old now, I'm certainly inspired. I want to say that last year, we loved our theme for STEM Week so much that we decided to make it permanent going forward. That theme was STEM starts now. Not everybody knows that, so we got to get you there. STEM starts now. Okay. And I want to add something for folks who were with us last year for the Launch to STEM Week. You would recall that we got engaged in a little bit of a back and forth around STEM starts now. I would say STEM starts and people would respond with now. We're going to add something to it. I was on a call with Commissioner Kershaw last week and we were talking about the upcoming STEM Week, and Commissioner Kershaw did the universal hand signal for now. She said, STEM starts now. And that reminded me of, as a young man, how my mother used to use that hand signal very frequently. Mom, when you want me to take the trash out? She didn't even say now. It's, when you want me to get after that homework, Mom? So when I say STEM starts, I want you all to say now, but we'll engage in that universal hand signal of right now. Let's try it. STEM starts now. Awesome. That's right. STEM starts now in classrooms, labs, after-school programs, and the community centers all across the Commonwealth. It starts when a young child, as President Niemi said, builds that bridge with blocks and then wonders, how does this hold? It starts when a middle schooler experiments with code for the first time. It starts when a high schooler looks through a microscope or designs a robot and thinks to himself or herself or themselves, I can do this. STEM starts because every moment of curiosity is a seed of discovery. In Massachusetts, I believe this, and I think you all would agree, we're lucky to have some key parts. We're lucky to have our partners, of course, in the legislature, like Senator President Spilka, who supported our efforts to stabilize, heal, and transform at all levels of our education system. We're also lucky to have the individual who I refer to as the education governor, Governor Maura Healey, and she signed a proclamation declaring this week STEM Week across the Commonwealth, reaffirming our collective commitment to inspiring every student of every age in every community to see themselves as scientists, as problem solvers, and as innovators. Because STEM starts now. You all are going to be just dreaming about this tonight. That's the goal. Through this proclamation, Governor Healey reminds us that STEM learning isn't just limited to any one subject or grade level. It's the thread that connects early education to high school, to college, and beyond, to careers that power our economy and shape our shared future. And that's why today I have the privilege of making an exciting announcement. President Spilka referenced the importance of this. On behalf of the Healey Driscoll administration, I'm proud to share that today we are awarding $13.5 million in skills capital grants to 66 high schools, colleges, and workforce organizations across Massachusetts. These grants will fund cutting-edge equipment and modernize learning spaces, from welding labs to simulation centers to robotics workstations and biotech labs, ensuring that students of all ages can get hands-on and minds-on experiences that prepare them for the jobs of tomorrow. Here at Framingham State, for example, congratulations, this funding will help expand the nursing program through advanced patient simulator equipment, bringing classroom learning to real-world experience. And that's what these grants do. They turn aspiration into opportunity. They make our classrooms more engaging, our colleges more connected to industry, and our workforce stronger. Let's just say this one more time for me. STEM starts. Yeah. Okay. We know that the work of innovation is shared. It takes all of us. It takes educators who spark curiosity, much as we've experienced in this room and across the hallway, employers who open their doors, and communities that lift up every learner. It takes partnership, and Massachusetts does partnership better than anyone else. Through the Workforce Skills Cabinet, our education forces, labor, economic development, and health and human services teams are working together hand in hand to ensure that every learner, whether they're in preschool, high school, or returning to college, has the chance to learn, grow, and realize their dreams. Together, we're expanding career technical education. I saw my guy Steve here today, innovation career pathways, early college programs, so that students can connect what they learn in school to what they want to achieve in life. Because the future doesn't start someday, it starts today. STEM starts now. And as we launch this year's STEM Week, I want to thank our partners across the state, the educators, the students, the families, and employers who make this movement real every day. You are the reason that Massachusetts leads the nation in innovation, in education, and opportunity. You ignite a spark and a love for learning in all of us. So let's celebrate that spark today. Let's keep inspiring curiosity and building connections, because when STEM starts, what we really mean is that the future of Massachusetts starts with all of you. I want to thank you, and happy STEM Week to all of you. And now it's my pleasure to turn it over to my friend and my colleague, Commissioner of the Department of Higher Ed, Noe Ortega.
Thank you so much. Now, I am disappointed that my idea of putting envelopes, awarding everybody that number of money under the seats didn't get through, because that would have been really, really fun. I am Noe Ortega, the honor of serving as the Commissioner of Higher Education, now going in 3 years here. Happy to join everyone for STEM Week. Also pleased to be here with my board chair, Chris Gabrielli, who came along the way as well to be part of this STEM Week. We're not just here to celebrate STEM and STEM careers. We've had a wonderful tour by the team here, President Niemi. You and your team have been fantastic. But we're also here to celebrate the infrastructure that creates STEM as well, right? Great collaborations. When I think about the work that happens between Framingham State and Mass Bay Community College, we've got President Bedell here as well. It also speaks to the infrastructure that happens and the collaboration that occurs between the administration, the legislature, and all the folks who make this come together. Extremely, extremely important, right? So this is more, this is also about STEM and STEM careers, but also about the collaboration that make these things work. We have outstanding faculty, staff, students in our public higher education system here in Massachusetts, all of them committed to the public mission of making sure that students have the conditions in place to get the high quality educational opportunities they deserve. And today has been very much about highlighting what that looks like, especially when we integrate technology. These modern learning spaces really do match what we mean when all students should have equitable, affordable opportunities to get high quality post-secondary opportunities to succeed. So this very much is a celebration of that today. STEM learning should start as early as possible, as you've heard that be the theme of today, but it's also never too late, right? And I think the McAuliffe Center is an exceptional resource that serves people of variety ages and stages in life who can come here and engage with the wonderful work and opportunities to learn that exist here. So thank you, Framingham State, for making that available. Massachusetts has made historic progress. And if you heard Senate President Spilka speak earlier today, we've done amazing things in investing in college access and affordability. We've doubled down on making college affordable in the state. And now students can come to institutions like this and not have to worry about the challenges of figuring out whether they can afford it. Tuition and fees are free for all our Pell students. That's a phenomenal investment that the state has made. And if a student wants to go to any one of our public community colleges here in Massachusetts, they can do so absolutely free. And that's been made possible by the tremendous work done by a legislature and administration around this area. It ensures that more people can come to a campus like this and take advantage of those opportunities and know that they one day could be as successful contributors to the Commonwealth as we expect them to be. STEM Starts Now is the perfect way to sum up our commitment to students in the workforce here in Massachusetts. At Framingham State, it's a great place to start the celebration with all the leaders who came together today to ensure that we highlight the importance of STEM to the economy and the well-being of the Commonwealth as well. Of course, STEM starts with our students, right? And it's very important that we think about how this creates opportunities for them to explore their curiosity, their eagerness to learn, and to ask the questions that we know are going to change society one day. I now have the distinct honor of bringing to the stage a student who could highlight this experience. And I will introduce our next speaker, Cesar Matos, who gave us a great illustration of the work that he's done today to sort of speak more highly about what this looks like when someone has the opportunity to take advantage of these resources and really excel in their own contributions that they're making. So Cesar, if you don't mind, please join us here up at the podium.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cesar Matos, and I'm a proud student of Framingham State University. As President Niemi mentioned, it was the first public college of the nation. It was the first normal school of the nation. I apologize. I'm a bit nervous. Thank you. It was the first public college in the nation founded to train teachers. From the start, FSU believed that education is not only a personal advancement, but also a foundation of stable and thriving society. Education is important, but STEM education is especially vital. It gives us the tools to understand our world and shape it responsibly. What makes FSU so special is that it provides spaces like the McAuliffe Center where learning becomes active, creative, and deeply connected to the community. When I first joined the McAuliffe Center, I wore a blue flight suit as I facilitated the activities in the Challenger Learning Center. I saw how science could be made accessible and exciting for middle school students as a computer science student. I didn't often meet people who looked like me in this field. So being that representation for others was powerful. Over time, my role grew. I became a facilitator in the Perspectives of Earth team mentorship program, working with high school interns to use STEM as a tool for social change. We explored how science could address real issues like making solar energy more accessible for renters or redesign spaces and make them sustainably powered by clean energy. This past summer, we focused on Shoppers World, one of Framingham's most recognizable landmarks. Our team asked, who does this space really serve? We envisioned a redesign that would better serve the entire Metro West community, not just consumers. I am helping to bring that vision to life by creating a virtual reality model that will let audiences explore what students imagined. Through experiences like this, I've grown far beyond what I've learned in the classroom. The McAuliffe Center has been an asset to my education, a place where I've learned how to think critically, act ethically, and connect STEM to the world around me. The beauty of a state university like FSU is that it gives us the chance to learn, grow, and give back. The benefits of our education doesn't stop with us. They ripple outward. They strengthen both the university and the community it serves. Thank you.
All right. I just want to say Cesar is a wonderful example of the work that we do with FSU undergraduate students. My name is Irene Porro. I am a director of a Christa McAuliffe Center. Every year we try to hire between 8 and 12 FSU undergraduates to work with us. Some of them stay with us for several years. Some of them, a couple of them are there in the back, end up being full-time employees at the McAuliffe Center. So that's really a testament of the quality of education that they get here at FSU, and I hope of the growth that they experience when they work with us at the McAuliffe Center. I'm here only to introduce another person, but make a little connection. I mentioned earlier, I was speaking with Chris Gabrielli, right, that my introduction to the world of education was really throughout the school time. I'm a scientist by training. I'm a space scientist, always been very passionate about sharing my passion for science with other individuals. When I start thinking about how do I bridge to education field, I know that, and we go back like 25 years ago, that there was really an opportunity in the out of school time field. And the time, so again, I really refer to some of the initiatives that we're taking, really, they're growing in Boston to inform me and inspire me for something that then about, 10 years ago, I brought here to Framingham State. We, as many of you already know, we serve audiences of all ages, and our larger audience is really K-12 middle school and high school students who come here during the regular school hours. But I realized this place was too quiet in the afternoon, was way too quiet on weekends and in the summer. So thanks to the collaboration I developed years earlier in Boston, I brought here a different emphasis on working in out of school time. And we built, the McAuliffe Center built a relationship with various groups in the region. And one in particular that is really dear to me is with the Girls Inc. of Worcester and now Metro West. So this is why I'm delighted to invite to the podium Tiffany Lillie, the CEO of Girls Inc. Worcester.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. What time is it? I'm happy to be here. And yes, I've worked with Dr. Irene now for many years when I was even with Framingham Public Schools. And now I have been with Girls Inc. for almost 2 years now, actually. But Girls Inc. of Worcester actually expanded to Metro West several years ago. And we decided that in order to expand, we really wanted to think about what are the core elements. And we service participants from 5 years old through college. And one of our core programs is really supporting folks from 8th grade through college and high school. And so that Eureka program is really essential, especially in the evenings and afternoons. And so we didn't have a physical building here, but that wasn't going to stop us. And so Irene really stepped up to the plate, her and the entire team. And so we meet here in the evenings with our participants, and the program has been running for almost 4 years now. And it's been an incredible partnership where now we have almost 100 girls in the program that meet regularly. We are also in the schools, and it's been incredible multi-pronged partnership because not only have the girls actually experienced the programming here, so we've had programming partnerships, we've also had different colleges and universities visit us here in the actual space to partner alongside us. So the girls have met with Tufts Veterinary School coming here to actually do programming, to really think about how are we bringing programming to our participants that may not be able to always travel outside of the region. And then in the summers, we've had a more deep experience where they get to stay here for several days and think about that. And so I think that it really shows the willingness to partner and to customize and create partnerships, as well as having the incredible team also come out to Worcester for some of our younger learners and think about how are we building and scaffolding the partnership, because sometimes we love STEM and we're ready for STEM now, right? Now, but not always are the young folks ready for STEM now. So we have to rethink about how we build that creatively. And the team here has been incredibly creative around how we do that. And so it led really to last year when we did a vote of who was going to win our outstanding community partner. It was unanimous of all of our staff around the McAuliffe Center because it has been an incredible partnership of programming, collaboration, space, and really thinking about curriculum and all of those pieces. So we're very grateful and thank you for partnering with us. I see Suzanne and Irene and the whole team has been lovely and amazing to partner with. So thank you for partnering with us.
I didn't prepare this, but I think this is a closing of the official press conference. But I wanted to say, I know many people were a little bit disappointed they couldn't get the virtual reality experience. I know that. It's a small room, so we cannot have there more, but probably 12 people at the time. But if anyone would like to experience a virtual reality space, please come over. Right, Suzanne, we will need maybe 5 minutes to get everything going again. But again, sorry for earlier. The other thing, please explore. We have more activities in the lobby as well. A lot of visualization and simulation work, more coffee and more cookies. And that's it. Thank you all for coming.